Alright, so today we're going to be jumping back into a format I haven't messed with since maybe late 2020, and we're going to see how this goes. So, I have a PlayStation VR again. I used to play PlayStation VR stuff on here many years ago, and this is really weird. So, this is a title called Winds and Leaves. This is technically actually a recent release for the PlayStation VR. It came out, I think, 2 or 3 years ago, which by most people who have used the PlayStation VR, ooh, we got little grippy hands. Most people who know and have played the PlayStation VR or own one are pretty aware that the PlayStation VR, like, it still has a massive user base in, like, just, like, the amount of people who actually bought the system compared to the PlayStation VR 2, which flopped horribly because they killed off the installed user base, and there were no real big releases for it, to be honest. I was very, very hopeful in getting the PlayStation VR 2, but I just opted not to when I saw that there weren't any weird artsy games like this, really. The most recent ones that have me interested for the PlayStation VR 2, which I'm absolutely not going to invest in unless I get it for like maybe $150 is the Myst and Riven VR modes in their remasters, because once again I'm looking for games kind of like this, games kind of like Concrete Genie, which has a VR mode, things like Moss, Datascene, Robinson the Journey, games that are like 4 to 5, 6 hours, more thoughtful artsy experiences with worlds to kind of show off. That is actually way taller than I thought it would be. That looks amazing in 3D. I know you can't see exactly what I'm seeing here because of the way my capture has to reinterpolate it into 2D, but this looks really, really cool. Yeah, this looks really cool. I know the resolution isn't the greatest on the PlayStation VR, but it doesn't really bother me too much. I'm a big fan of the 3DS. That has a lower resolution than the Wii U. I don't really care too much. Which is funny because, like, most of what I've been getting is, like, 4K movies. I've been playing stuff on the PS5, rendering stuff in 4K. You'd think that I'd be some sort of, like, diehard for resolution. I'm really not. I just kind of want the best that I can get for, like, per format. If this is the best that this format can do, I'm fine with that. I'm not going to be, like, a stickler about it. Anyway, preamble out. This is Winds and Leaves. This is a game that essentially nobody has played. And, yeah, this game didn't sell too well. Came out a few years ago. Very late physical release. This is a physical release. I have it with, I can't, like, show you, but I'm, like, tapping the copy over here. But, this was a very late physical release for the PlayStation VR. And it's also available on Steam. Not that I'm trying to sell this or anything, but just like, it's also available on Steam. I'm aware the user reviews for this are kind of half and half. They love the visuals, they love whatever's going on here, but apparently half of the users complain about the controls, which is going to be interesting for me because I don't really use PlayStation Move that much at all. And yeah, I don't really know too much about this. The funny thing is, if you try to recalibrate gameplay, hold on. Yeah, that looks like it's right in front of me. Okay. At least for me. I don't know, I can't see what the capture's doing on my computer over there on my desk, but yeah, this looks all right. Yeah, we've got these little claw hands. This is weird. If you try to look up... What piqued my interest about this game is, like, you have weird artsy indie games like Paper Beast for PlayStation VR and stuff that very few people have heard of. This has even less. This is like, we're in the realm of like 10 to 20 people know about this game, because literally even the Steam reviews is like 25 people, and that's like having the option to use like a Steam like an Index or other VR systems for it and stuff. I have no idea how many people have played this on PlayStation VR. I just know that when this game came out, there were like 3 to 5 random YouTube accounts that reviewed this game once as like paid promotion things by the devs, I'm pretty sure. And that's it. No, I have not seen anybody like play through the whole game. I've not seen anybody like really do anything with this game in like a, I heard about this cool game and like cool, quote unquote. I heard it was cool. It looks kind of interesting. Let's see what this is. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, this piques my interest with stuff like Feudal Story and Myst and The Witness and just things like that. Like, what's behind me? Yeah. This is a puzzle game, to my understanding. It's a puzzle game that is about like growing plants and exploring. Calibration complete. Let's actually get started now that I've talked about it. You can recalibrate using gameplay by holding start for 3 seconds. Confirm. Settings. Language, comfort options. Rotation. Audio. I think we're fine on all this. I'll take a look at that maybe off part if we get to a second part. This is still me just kind of seeing what this is. I've never played this before, and frankly, very few people have. So, what? Huh? This is also gonna, if I get like weirded out or like make weird like gaspy noises and stuff, once again, I haven't like played VR in any serious capacity at all in 6 years at this point almost. So I'm also doing this as a test to myself to see like how do I still handle VR. I tested it a few months ago when I got the console again, but I haven't touched it since then. So I'm doing this as a weird interlude while I'm doing Assassin's Creed Black Flag at the same time. So, what is this thing? Can we... Okay, we can't grab that. It's a little jittery, and I don't know if that's a stylistic choice or just how this game runs, because the plants down there I can see are running at a pretty good frame rate. Ooh. I will say that over there, the shimmering going on with this cell shading on all this plant life, that's a little disorientating. Hold this. Move hands up and down. This is the one thing I saw most of the negative Steam reviews talk about is like the motor controls for this game is you have to essentially... Whoa. This is what I'm talking about. I need to get used to VR again. So... Right, 1 second. So you control by hitting down the center buttons on the PlayStation moves, and you have to kind of do this. You have to pretend like you're on like skis almost, which is what I assume this is kind of supposed to be. Is there anything below me? We're on stilts. Okay. Also, if my mic sounds like weird like right now where my head's down, it's because I have to look around and stuff. So normally I'm just facing forward looking at a TV. So we're on stilts. What's behind me? A weird little like fenced thing. Those trees are very Dr. Seuss-y. Yeah, it's just like the shimmering of the cell shaded grass specifically that seems to be bugging me a bit. It's just kind of disorientating. Tilt to move in different directions. But can we only move forward? Yeah, it just wants me to keep going forward. Okay, I'm just going to take this like a tutorial and just do what it says. What is this? What is this around my face? Okay. Right. This is my question, is like, can I turn around? I can see my stilts moving. They're moving all over the place. I'm just holding down one of the buttons on one of the remotes. Okay, so I don't know which direction, because that's the thing is like, I'm facing this way. How do I make it so I can face another direction? Oh, it's the X button. Okay. The X button on the right remote brings up the menu. Oh no, that was a different button. Okay. Okay, so the X button just turns you... Oh, okay, I see. So the X and... Let me lift up the headset real quick. The X and O buttons are what turns you. Okay. Aside from that, you just move in straight lines, which makes a lot of sense. That's how a lot of VR games are. So, I guess we're just going to go this way? To this weird dead tree? Maybe not? So, I am aware that your progress in a lot of these places is supposed to be dependent on, like, plant life. And that's part of what this game is like, growing plants and making the environment kind of nice again. What is that? Cross the... okay, I already have. So that is supposed to be like... we're supposed to follow like these tutorial markers. Okay, okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I see what the game's trying to do. Stay near the trees to survive. Okay, so that weird, creepy vignette of vines and roots and darkness is death, I guess. Turn around to find your next objective. Turn around to find your next objective. I mean, I guess it's that right there. That looks like an incoming sandstorm. Let's just keep moving. No. Trees will protect you. Like, is that approaching us? Or is that just like a particle effect slash... just a thing? I think it's just sedentary. It doesn't look like it's coming this way. Also, I might be taking breaks in between while recording this because it is very hot right now and I don't want my air conditioner to be on in the background because it would be rather loud. So you get really like this. You have a screen on your face and eyes and such, and this thing's kind of heavy. It's not as heavy as I remember it, to be honest, but I might be taking a break at some point. Find water to use on tree. Grab mug to connect it. Connect here. Use T to position the item. Okay, so it's just kind of at my side. Trees recharge the mug. This is a very stressful start to this game, not just because of the, like, learning the controls is not too bad. It's just like the overarching whatever this is approaching us is making this a rather stressful tutorial. It's not happy-go-lucky, man. So, dip this into the tree, drink the tree. Okay. Oh, okay, so back over here. Connect it here. It's charging it. Equipped and find shelter. I'm going to keep following the tutorial markers. I'm just going to trust in them. Reach the tree. Bad. Okay, this is a tutorial on death. No, we're gonna die. That's a pretty cool death sequence, but, you know. I think that was supposed to be a scripted death. Because, yeah, this is very different. Okay. I can appreciate a game that immediately kills the player in its tutorial. That's pretty ballsy. I'm gonna say that. That's pretty ballsy to do that. Drop here to equipped. Okay. Can I only hold it with one hand at a time? Whoa. Drop here to I'm gonna grab that. I don't see anywhere I can put it on me. I'm gonna put you like right here. I'm gonna walk away and just see if you come with me or not. Oh. If I can grab it. Thank you. Okay, I'm just gonna put it there. Oh, we're too far away. No, we're not. We got it. We got it. I was gonna say, I think there was a miniature bug where we stepped away when we shouldn't have. Climb the tree to find fruit. I think I see some way up there. Those little red things. Hold to pull yourself up. Whoa. 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 What's going on here? Why do they look like they have little eyes? Okay, yeah, this is really weird. Oh, I'm like... I can't see anything because of these leaves. Okay, so it's acting like a 3D... I was not expecting that. Okay, that's why it was throwing me off. It's acting like a 3D space. Like this entire tree and its branches is acting kind of like a weird 3D space that we can like move around and freely with the move remote like this. I see. Okay. I don't know why, but like the colors that they chose for this just reminds me of like an energy drink, not like an actual energy drink, but like a Gatorade or like a Powerade or something. It just has that kind of like artificial coloring to it. That looks really sugary. Where do I put this? Do I just eat it? I guess we're just gonna take them down. We're gonna take them downtown. Whoa, yeah. You have so much free movement with that once you get used to it. Okay. Yeah, that actually is... Ooh. That was interesting. Okay. So what do we do with the fruit now? Oh, we can put them in this? Okay. So they're on the ground. Oh. Okay. I was going to say, can I pick up more of these? Come on. There's nothing in front of me. There's nothing for you to get stuck on. isn't that handy? Right, so I see a structure up there. Surrounded by cliff walls. We have a mural. Hmm. Take a look at some of these murals. So that is a day-night cycle. Yeah, these are all just about harvesting. Grab that. Whoa. Okay. Place the item and confirm. Okay, I have no idea what this little guy does. Oh! Well, howdy do. We control the solar system. Space. Why does this little thing control everything? Oh. Okay. You good? You good up there? I'm watching you. So, okay. So turning it to the left increases time. Turning it to the right increases time. What about low? Whoa, whoa, that music acted weird there. Yeah, having it horizontal keeps things fine. If you turn it in a direction, it manipulates time. That's pretty interesting. Okay. I'm very surprised. Like when you're in a 3D space like this, seeing something like that is really kind of wild. So that surprised me. Okay. This is going to be so relevant to some puzzles, I bet. Let's see what it does. Okay, so we got a dude with a shovel type thing, we got a dude with a grabber type thing, and then a tree. Oh, we have a thing right in front of us. Attach this to one of the arms. Oh, okay. So that's what these are. These are like stilt arms for, yeah, okay, just for the little grippy holders for our character. I think it's positioned fine. Oh, like the arm itself. Okay. I mean, I'm not too picky. It's fine there. Actually, maybe. We can't change the calibration, I don't think. So it's fine. It's fine here. It's fine. It's fine. Press to dig. Oh, it's like one of those extendo arm toys, kinda. But it digs. Can we pick up a mushroom? I don't know why, but that's just really satisfying. So, is there anything else around here that we can Can we use that with anything over here? I'm gonna guess not really. Can I pick up a flower with it? No? Okay. Use it to plant one of these. Can I, like, put it in there? I guess not. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly what it wanted, but we planted one. Okay, we need to get out of here. Thank you. Oop. Okay, so we just can't... We can't run and use it at the same time. Do you want me to plant it in the shade? Nope, come back. Put it over there. Okay. So, refresh over here real quick. So it wants us to do... It wants us to plant that over there, but I'm just like, okay, does it want us to... I just noticed there's some very interesting looking shadows. I don't know what's going on over there with that rock, but... Right, we're gonna try... to plant this guy. Come back. Go back over here. Go! Oh. Then do we do something with this? No? Okay. Do we do... Oh, we have to increase time! Wait, it's probably best if we stuck back for a second. Let's go back into the safety. Because we're gonna die. That's the thing. It's not like... It doesn't seem to be super progressive if you're just standing still out in the wasteland stuff away from the greenery. But the more you move, the more it tries to kill you, is how it seems to be. So let us become the god of time! I hear some music, some audio glitches, which is really funny. I see. Oh, this is neat. What's behind us? What is behind us? No, I'm like climbing a tree. I don't want to climb a tree right now. Get away, get away. Oh, another one just grew. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this is wild. Oh, some of the branches come and go and die off. How many years has it been? How many years? I saw a glitch. There was like a black square in the sky. I saw it again. Okay. Anyway. Huh. Yeah, that's mildly terrifying and very interesting. Right. Pretty neat. That's a pretty neat mechanic. I was gonna say, are these still like fresh? Are these fruits fresh? There we go. No. I see the windmill from that glyph up there. There's also some weird formations in the sky. Anyway. Tally-ho. I was gonna say, can we make this go faster? This is really neat, really weird, and it just works. Oh, those trees are already fully grown. Oh, that's also interesting. Okay. Oof. The music seems to have some issues with this whole process, but that was an interesting... That was very much reminiscent of some of the audio glitches that I hear in Sky Children of the Light, where it just kind of freaks out. Do I see any more fruits on the ground? I think that's one, yeah. Okay. Huh. Yeah, once again, I don't know if we're going to be doing like a whole playthrough of this over like a period of time. Funny enough. Time! But... oh, it's nighttime now. That's actually a question of mine. Is it safe to traverse over like the Deadlands, as I'm just going to shorthand them, the areas that are not vegetative? Is it safe to cross over that during night or not? So first off, I'm going to take one of these. You do have to give those a bit of a good throw. Yeah, I think this is pretty neat. I think this was a good pickup. Once again, I don't know if I'm going to play through the whole thing, but seeing this and being here in VR in the game, this is pretty neat. All right. I took an ibuprofen before I put the headset on just to double check that I shouldn't, like, my eyes feel a little strained, but I'm assuming that's purely just because, like, I don't use VR, so my eyes are very much not used to this. But this is sweet, man. Look at the forest behind us now. For me, the ibuprofen was more just like for headaches, just like, oh. I'm not having a headache right now. My eyes feel a little strained, though, but I'm assuming that's due to the low resolution of the VR system and just not doing this ever. I never use VR, but this is neat. If anything, this is just making me more excited to like revisit Robinson the Journey and Moss and try the Concrete Genie VR mode and such, because this is already fantastic in my opinion. Charge the wood stick thing. How do I do that? Oh, here. I have to get closer. I want your milk. Milking the tree. You know, people who collect like maple syrup and such, do you think that they're just milking trees? I mean, technically they are. This is a weird conversation I would love to have with somebody. Just like, you think if you're taking sap from a tree, you're milking the tree? Does it make you uncomfortable saying it like that? Do you acknowledge that you milk trees? So that's my main question is like, okay, so this is all charged up and stuff. What do we use it for? And another question is, where do we want to go? Let me read what these have to show. So you take this. I love how these just like show the culture. You're supposed to be like, do this. The other ones who are like, you do this, do this, do this. So we take this and just run. Okay. I mean, I guess we're gonna make our way over to whatever those structures are. So, may as well. I wish this had a bit of a longer reach than it does. It's fine enough, but it just kind of feels like it should have a little bit of a longer reach. Alright. I'm gonna stand back. And have some fun. Oh, we got an Aurora Borealis up there. Aurora Borealis. I'm really curious what these vents are. Like, is that a fire, or is that a campsite, a fire? Is that a town? I don't know what those are. Are they tornadoes? That would be terrifying if they were they're kind of yeah, they're moving. I see that. So I'm guessing they're actually tornadoes. Oop, once again, the music kind of glitches out there. I want it to be sunny. I'm gonna kind of guess that is supposed to be like a tornado or something. Maybe it's a rainstorm. I don't know what that's supposed to be because it moves across while we progress time, and then it resets, and then it moves across in the same pattern. Oh, game's loading. What are you loading, game? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Like, yeah, just watch it. You'll see it's just kind of moving like a really, really slow tornado. It's also spiraling like one. It's just in the moment. Oop, I just dropped it. Okay. In the moment, you can't see it moving like that. You can see it kind of moving like a slow vortex. But you really see it whenever you move time forward. I also like seeing the windmills like those off in the distance. They're going nuts because of this time adjustment. Like that. Yeah. I also just kind of hope this looks good on the capture because I have no idea what this looks like on my computer right now. Okay, I'm actually going to stop time there. I want to grab more of these guys because I have a feeling we're going to need a couple more here soon. Oop. There we go. I think one of them disappeared. Yeah, like, look at what... Oop, I got stuck in the tree. Okay. Go down. Okay. Yeah, just like, look at this. This looks great. Ooh, some more fruits. Give it to me. Nope, we need to step more forward. That's the other thing. Is like my depth perception is like still in this kind of pseudo 3D space, so it's kind of like I believe I said this back in like 2019 and 2020 when I did like the Robinson videos and Daracene and such, but the PlayStation VR is very much this headset is very much like scuba diving. And that's kind of when you especially if you've been in it for a long time. I don't know how long I've even been playing this so far, but it very much just kind of feels like you're scuba diving. Am I able to get more? No. I'm assuming these are for different types. I'm assuming that these are for different types of fruits, seeds, whatever have you, that they're going to be doing in this game. Which does tell me that since we're still on the first fruit and still trying to traverse this first area, this is not going to be like a 1 hour, 2 hour kind of game. Which I'm fine with. This has also been very chill so far, and I appreciate that. Well, you know, aside from the start where they killed us, that I still think was really funny. Oh, we're already full up. Never mind. I might be back for you guys, though. Yeah, we're gonna go a little bit this way. I think we, yeah, we're gonna go over there in a minute. I kind of want to go up there first, though. I kind of get why this has a bit of a limited range. They want you to, like, have the same range you would have for, like, throwing one of these in. Which is still, like, you have to throw that to get it in. Ooh, right in the hole. Nice. Like, they made those fruits kind of heavy compared to what I would expect them to be. Like a real fruit. Those are kind of heavy for that. Okay, so we're going to do that. I'm actually going to plant a few and just let that work its magic with the time shift. And just see what happens, because we haven't really done that where we plant multiple. Because we've been going in a straight line pretty much. Got it. I'm going to harvest those ones that we saw before. And we're going to put one over here in this tree's direction. Oh, you can, okay, woo, woo. Okay, that's a fun thing. So it's not just hitting the button to turn like this. Because we're on stilts, and the move controllers are gyroscopic, if you're running forward, you could swoosh around like you're... Oh, that's a little disorientating because of how smooth the movement is. But, yeah, if you just kind of rock the remotes like this, like you dance and you can swoosh forward left and right. That's great. that's the movement is so smooth that it's a little disorientating, but it's really good. That's fun. Okay, let's try this. All right, so we're going to get back over here. I'm going to pick up one more fruit before it disappears with the time shift. I could actually pick up the other fruit too. Okay. So, let her rip. We got a trophy from that, whatever that was. Probably doing multiple at a time. So it's expanding over there. It's expanding over here a bit. It does seem to be expanding over there. So, it's working. You can do multiple fruits at once. The master of time and space. Weather and nature. Not specifically weather, I guess, but nature. We made this forest. Got another trophy. I don't even know what for. Alright, I want to go take a look at this. Oh yeah, learning that that's a thing you could do with this, that makes kind of moving around here quite a bit easier, actually. So we're going to progress this. The movement isn't as stiff as I thought it was. Yeah, this is exactly what I was kind of hoping this game would be. This is fantastic. Like, I like looking for weird art games like this, just things that are much more thoughtful. This game sold horribly, and it's not because it's fundamentally bad from what I'm seeing, it's just... It came out really late in the PlayStation VR's life. Literally, it came out 2 years ago, for some reason. And I can tell, though... Ooh, nice music glitch. I can tell that this is not for everybody. This is not, this isn't Skyrim. This isn't everybody's kind of cup of tea. That's the thing, if the whole game is just something like this, then I think that's fantastic. Time to milk. Oh, we don't have to milk the tree, I guess. I guess we're good. Is that water? Or cloud? Yeah, this is oddly even just more crazy to see with a horizon line like this. Because before we were stuck behind a forest and mountains and such, and just seeing like the ocean like this is kind of wild. Look at that tornado going nuts over there. Like, there's already whatever this thing up here is, but seeing that smaller one just go nuts over there is pretty funny. Alright. Almost there. One more day. Okay, let's take a look at this. Yeah, that doesn't look like water. That looks like dust and sand or clouds. Like, not sand, but, you know, just like cloud. I've played enough Sky, Children of the Light to know what clouds look like. Kind of want to go down to it. Whoa! It kind of hurts the eyes a little bit being up close like that, too, so I'm going to look at the forest. I just find that neat. They programmed in, like, all these, like, random branches that grow and die on the trees as they progress. I wonder if that's, like, coded into, like, how the trees shape themselves. Ooh, there's a bit of slowdown there, maybe just because of how many trees are right there. I wonder, like, how much of this is RNG? Okay. Oop, I don't want to be up in the tree. Yeah, I'm assuming if we walk into that, we'll probably just die. So, my goal right now, taking a look around here and seeing how things have been progressing. I want to get up to that tower over there, and then I'm probably going to take a break for myself. And then come back to this in a little bit. Which, for this video, will be, you know, instantaneous per normal. I also wonder if there's any enemies in this game. I wouldn't expect there to be, but you never know. I've done my best to just not look up, like, core aspects of, like, the story or anything to this game. I know virtually nothing. I just know that you do stuff like this in the game, and I didn't really know how it worked. I was more interested in like the development, like how many sales did this get, who's played this game, a lot more like the boring business kind of side of stuff, and then have the fun experience for myself on camera. Okay. Gonna move forward a bit. There's something there. The one further over there has like moving parts to it. It almost kind of looks gyroscopic in a way. I also love whatever this music is. I don't know who composed this, but it's very whimsical, very kind of, I don't want to say gleeby, but very kind of, you know, kind of like that, just kind of effervescent. There's also a nice piano in there. It's just really appropriate. I don't know exactly if I'd say like masterful, but it's very appropriate. And it only really kicks in so far when we're doing the time stuff. Okay, I'm going to plant one over here. Compare pair with soil. Huh? This does not match the soil. Oh, so we have like different types of soil that some things just won't grow in. What's this? Put the fruit in here and it looks like a giant tree is gonna grow out of it? Is that how that's gonna work? I feel like I should stand back. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty neat. So this created a new type of tree, I'm assuming. With new types of fruits. Yeah, they're green now. Oop, not that. There's a few more over here. Like, we're gonna need these if we're gonna be progressing the game. Just checking around me if there's anything else. That appears to be it for now. Okay. So I want to grow one of these and just see what it does first. This pear matches perfectly to the soil. Okay. Well, I can actually kind of see. So I'm assuming our next location is going to be that over there, that wood structure. So let it grow. Got a trophy. Let it grow, let it grow. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it grow, let it grow. Smokey the Bear will be very pleased. I'm gonna harvest those. I'm saying we need to stock up. Okay, let's take a look. Right, so we're going to be going down to that next, and we're going to be moving over to there. Do we have to cross whatever this gap is? Oh boy. Well, we're going to see about that in a moment. I'm going to take a brief break. Just so I can check myself, see like am I getting a headache or not. See how my eyes are doing after staring at this thing for who knows how long. But I think this is pretty swell so far, so we're going to keep doing some more of this. It's really neat. Okay, I'm back. Had a bit of a break. Had to escort my cat out of the room because it was messing with a few wires. And, right, so I didn't look up any specific information in the meantime. It's been about a half hour for me. But I looked at, what trophies I got for the game, and the trophy list actually kind of exposes quite a bit about, how long the game is going to be. I did look up how long the game actually is from howlongtobeat.com. It lists it at around 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on how you play it, so it's actually about the length of a Resident Evil game, apparently. That's actually about the length of, Myst or Riven. Well, Riven's a little longer, but, it's about the same length as, Myst from Cyan. But, okay, so it's a fairly lengthy game. We have played up to this point about an hour, I now know from the recording. And I looked up some of the trophy list for it, and it gave me a few interesting ideas, actually, for some of the trophies, like mixing seeds. So I want to see if we can do that right here, actually. These are apparently supposed to be called seeds. To me, I'm going to call them fruits, because they look like fruits. Can we actually mix these? We can! Okay. I want to see if this works. Okay, that was a trophy. So we can mix the seeds. I didn't realize that the fruits could be mixed. Well, of course I wouldn't really realize that could be done. We just got a new one here, but now I know that that's a thing. I wouldn't have really thought about that until maybe later on when I would have gotten more different types and be like, we have a bunch of these now. Maybe we could mix them. Apparently you can. And there is also, not that I'm a trophy hunter or anything, but there's apparently a trophy for moving between 5 trees after climbing up into them. I'm kind of interested in trying that. We'd have to find a bit of dense forestry though. I say we make this something like that. Oh, we're out of the regular ones. Can these... I don't think that these can work here. Just kind of looking around for any seeds on the ground. And I'm not seeing any, so we're going to do this. Until I see some start to fall. And that's another thing. Before we move into the next area, I would like to... I don't see any more in this tree. I would like to kind of gear up with a lot of extra fruits, seeds. I'm going to use them interchangeably is what they're called now that I know that the game wants to refer to them as seeds. Right. I'm also, yep, we got a ton of them falling now. Okay. I'm also happy with how the audio sounds on the recording. I did listen to the unedited, remuxed version, and I think it sounds fine. My mic sound, that's the funny thing. These are the exact same settings I do for like Assassin's Creed and everything, but because of having this headset on me, it kind of reverberates a bit louder towards my head because the mic is a little bit closer. So it does just honestly make it sound more like I have this thing on my head. Come on. There we go. I saw some other trees drop some as well. There's one. There's some. Whoa, that one went flying. Do I see any more? Yes, I do. Okay, so we're growing this one here. We're just trying to have some fun with this in the moment to see if this trophy actually exists, because PlayStation has essentially nobody doing this trophy. Not that many people have even played this, but... Also, one of the trophies we did get was actually revolving around spending 100 days in world in the game. So we've already crossed that, so we're probably approaching maybe like a year in-game or something. I'm actually really impressed with how this looks in 2D. It looks really clean. It looks great in 3D here, but I do think it looks really nice in 3D. This is also much nicer of a setup I have for VR than I had years ago, where when I was recording VR at that time, I was using a really kind of crappy 720p HDMI. It was my first capture card. It was like this little portable thing from AverMedia. I still use AverMedia, but it's it's internal in my PC. It's a 4K capture card. And because I'm also playing this on the PS5 instead of the my PS4 Slim that I have, The PS5 doesn't really give much of a benefit in like a 4K or advanced way that would be refreshing for a PlayStation VR, but it is operating the PlayStation VR in the same type of manner that a PlayStation 4 Pro would be. So it's getting, this is the HDR, this is the highest fidelity quality you're going to get out of it. So regardless of anything, it looks a lot better than when I was doing this stuff years ago, and I can immediately see that when I reviewed the footage for this. I was like, oh, this looks so much cleaner than it used to. It doesn't look all like the colors look proper, it doesn't look all weird. Right, so just pick this out of the tree, please. There we go. Okay, we're stocked up on fruits. So let me take a look at these trees. Right, so we're gonna try climbing this guy. The climbing is very weird. Once again, because like this is supposed to, all of this, even in your empty space here, this is supposed to be like 3D space in its own way. It's not letting me grab into this other tree, so I think we would have to make another tree that's even closer than this. But if we can't do that, and I don't really mind not being able to do that, I don't want to look down because I have really bad vertigo. Just people who know me know this. But I'm fine looking across. Yeah, so we started over by that windmill up there. Turn around. Okay. Yeah, look, this honestly isn't as bad as say like Robinson the Journey, because this is stylized so much that it doesn't really register to me as like proper like realistic height and stuff, so this doesn't seem to bother me as much as it does in like Robinson the Journey or Dariscene or anything like that, because it's a bit more cartoonish. Because man, I remember getting so much vertigo in some of the VR games that we did, especially Skyrim VR. Skyrim VR gave me too much vertigo to the point that it made me sick sometimes. Okay, I can just put them right into the bag. Oh, that is wonderful. Like, I know I can do that, but I haven't done that from inside a tree before. There's another one. If I can see the bag, there we go. Okay. From the trophy system as well, I've also learned that there are 5 maps, 5 areas, if you will, to this game. There's a lot of fruit on this guy. I kind of want to just do that. Are we full on this? Yes, we are. Wait, I think we can take one more. Yeah, okay, now we're full. Yeah, there's apparently 5 areas to this game. There is the meadow, which is where we're in right now. Next is apparently the canyon. There is I believe the last area is called the gulch. And I forget what the other two are called. But yeah, there's apparently 5 areas to this game. It runs around 6 to 8 hours. Outside of that, I don't really know. It looks like we just need to be moving forward. I think there was that extra fruit back here. There it is. Yeah, overall, I'm very pleased with how this is. This is a very neat, interesting idea that I'm just kind of surprised that unfortunately this came out after most people had stopped playing this console, so very few people have heard. I've told this to quite a few people I know who are interested in like artsy, weird video games and obscure games. Anything that's like back to the 80s up to now. And everybody I've told about this game, because I had not played it until now, they seem very interested in it, and they were all weirded out that all of them universally were weirded out that this came out so recently on this dead console, essentially. Because like most people I know who even considered the PlayStation VR, it was kind of dead by like 2020, 2021. So I'm going to actually move up a little further. This is interesting. At present, we're not really taking any damage here from having moved forward. All right, now let's get out of here. And that's the thing, the movement controls were like the biggest complaint I had seen, literally prior to me just turning this on and trying it. And I think it's just people who don't enjoy Wiimote type controls. Like this control, like the running around like this, like using your arms to move forward like this, it's actually pretty intuitively fine. You just have to waggle yourself kind of like the Wiimotes, and I don't mind that because I grew up with the Wii. I know most people have differing tastes on like the Wii and the Wii U, on how gyro controls and movement controls were implemented for both systems. I've always thought they were fine. My only annoyance with Wii U motion controls was when Skyward Sword came out. I'm fine with Skyward Sword's Wii motion controls. My problem with Skyward Sword was when it came out, I had pre-ordered the game, I went to GameStop, picked it up, and I couldn't play it because I had the original Wiimotes still. Because Wiimotes used to not have the Wii Motion Plus technology, they had the original Wiimote technology in them. So I had to go back like 2 or 3 days later and buy that stupid extra like adapter you had to put on the back of your regular Wiimote to get the Wii Motion Plus in it. Because the game requires the Wii Motion Plus. it felt like a. I'm sure this happened to a lot of people back then, but this feels like a moment where like someone who would buy Majora's Mask for the N64 in like 2000, and then they have to go back to the game store like Babbage's or whatever, or what was the other one? EB Games, and like buy the N64 expansion pack to play the game. It felt like a moment like that where it's like, come on. But yeah, I love Skyward Sword. I think it's great. I played a one-off of the HD remaster slash port that was put out in like 2021 or whatever. I thought it was all right. It was. I understand that they screwed a few things up visually with that one. They like removed some of how the watercoloring effects work on things in that game. A lot of the draw distance and low poly versus high poly model type. POV. What's the word? It's based with the draw distance, but just basically low level fidelity objects with high level fidelity objects. There used to be there is an artistic visual component to that in Skyward Sword, where things that kind of blurred out. Oh, I like how my hand opened there. They kind of blurred out in the background the further you were away from them, and it made it look more watercolory effect. They advertised the crap out of that in gaming magazines back when it was announced, and that was a core visual function of the game, and that was actually removed from the Switch port. So now everything just kind of looks flat and low poly regardless without that kind of visual effect. So if you wanna have that magic, I just love how I wish I could open the hand manually. Can I? I can grip. I think I can only grip. I can only do this if I'm near something that prompts it. If you want that magic, then you have to play the Wii version, which is fine because you could also play it on your Wii U and have it look a little bit nicer. I don't think I actually need to put one in that hole. I think we're good enough here. I'm also not entirely sure how this game saves, because whenever... I may as well show. So like whenever I pause the menu here, there's not really a way to save, so I'm not sure like if I go to main menu or return to game, like if I go to main menu, is it going to save the game or not, or no? Because there's no prompting for it. Or is this a situation of like there's only one save file in this game per like PlayStation account, so it just automatically will just have you save here and you'll always have this as it is, or I don't know how any of that's working. Also, the trophy list for this, the first trophy just for beating the meadow area, which was the previous area. Actually, it might have just been for doing the tutorial area, like before you... Yeah, it was the tutorial area where you died intentionally. It brought up something in its trophy description about how you have awakened to restore the world after a great apocalypse or something. So this is a post-apocalyptic game, I guess, and our job here is to restore nature. That seems to be what this is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the PlayStation Move button and move the controller up and down to adjust the stilt heights. The higher, the faster. Huh. Okay, so this is as high as we can go. So the higher, the faster. Yeah, this feels kind of like traversing. I feel like this would be... This kind of makes me feel like a chocobo a little bit when I'm waving my hands like this. I feel like a chocobo running across the desert. You know the beginning of Nausicaa? I love Nausicaa from Studio Ghibli. I have the manga, like the big hardcover books and such. I love the movie. I love me some good Nausicaa, one of my favorite series. And I'm very glad that it's influenced by Mobius, because I love Mobius. Anyway, the bird, I forget what, I don't know what they're actually called, but like the bird ride, the chocobo-esque kind of giant birds that are ridden in the beginning of that. This kind of feels like how that looks in that movie. This is kind of how it feels, just like dun 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 dun. Oh, it feels so good. Let me try lowering it. What is this like? Okay, so this is as low as we can get. We're basically at foot, just like a foot above ground regularly. As my wires touch the mic. Okay. Let's see how this feels. Oh my god. You are so slow doing this. The only benefit I could see to this, because I am waving my hands like crazy, the only benefit to that I could see is if we're in a stealth section, which I would be curious if there's actually like a stealth section. So for now, we're going to be up high. Holy, that is such a difference. This is such a difference. It's crazy. Okay, good to know this is a thing. Yeah, I'm getting immersed. I'm just getting like full immersed into this, man. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Right. So I'm concerned about this. I'm concerned about this, whatever's going on here. With the kind of cloud, dust, sea, river, whatever this is. Okay. So let's grow. We never interacted with this thing. I don't entirely know what these are supposed to be for. Like, they fill up this. Oh, it's like less than it used to be. So this is a portable batch of this. I'm wondering if this is what is like staving off us getting hurt when we're just like out in the wasteland area like we have been recently, because we haven't been getting like affected by it the past couple times that I've tried. So I'm wondering if this is kind of like a battery for that. Like it's going to keep going down. This is kind of protecting us in the meantime, the more that we go out there. And then once it runs out, then we're going to start having some issues with that. I think that might be the case with that. It hasn't really been explicitly told, but I think that is the case. Oop, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. I want... Let me face a different direction. How many are we at? Okay, we could use one more if we can find one. There's one right there. Okay, we're stocked up on fruits. So let me take a look at these. So yeah, take that from there. Ugh. If you could see the expression on my face, it's telling us to just walk out in there. I don't really trust that, but the ancestors wouldn't lie, would they? I mean, we gotta get over to that thing. May as well. Alright. Let's raise ourselves, not down, we're raising ourselves up. And we're going to book it. This is scary. That is what it does. Okay, we got confirmation now. This is a battery. This is a battery that keeps a... I thought it was like a mug or a jug or something. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's just shaped like one. But this is a battery. Okay. It is a protection battery. And we have to steal the milk of the trees to fill our batteries and energize us. Got a trophy from that. No idea what that is. Don't care. So that's the symbol for the meadows. This is the symbol for the autumn tree. Oh, I think this is a hub. Yeah. So 1, 2. Well, we have 3 for the meadow back there. 4, 5? Let me count. What? So we got meadow, canyon. I don't know what that is. That's 3. 4 behind this thing on the other side, and then there's supposed to be one other area which maybe just unlocks after a bunch of other stuff. I don't know, but we have a bunch of venue entrances. Whoa, what happened to how things are rendered? Oh, okay, that was buggy. Yeah, that was I don't know how that looked on the capture, but that was really weird. That was like going from a PlayStation 4 Pro game. That's like going from something like Journey into Pokemon Sword and Shield, or no, not even Sword and Shield. Violet or Scarlet and Violet. Man, I hated those games so much I didn't even remember what they were called. I did one part of Pokemon Violet, and like in the past year, I finally like sold my physical copy. I had the double pack of it. I had the frickin' double pack of it because I was excited for it, and then I ended up hating it. I played it once for the channel. Granted, I made the best of it while I was playing it for the channel, but I did not, I did not enjoy what I'm not really anticipating much of any good from Pokemon Company anymore. I'm just gonna say that. The next Pokemon games that come out, regardless of how... Because, like, I don't care for Arceus Legends, I don't care for whatever that other one that just came out, ZA, or whatever. I'll just watch other people... Like, Pokemon Champions came out a few months ago, and... Someone that I watch has been playing that pretty non-stop for the past couple months, and I don't care for it at all from what I've seen of them playing it. It's like, it's just not my kind of Pokemon. My kind of Pokemon is much more traditional turn-based battle, quality animations. Give me Pokemon Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness any day. Pokemon Sword and Shield was fine. I bought the DLC for that and I never played it. I played through the whole game for the channel. But yeah, I just... The past, like, God, I hate to say this, like 10 years or so of Pokemon. Like Sun and Moon I hated. I loved Alpha and Omega Sapphire. I was a weird... Well, I know some people are kind of hit or miss on that, kind of like other game series, but like I really enjoyed X and Y. They were unfinished, but I had a great time with them. That is a beautiful... There's some beautiful lighting there. Anyway, I'm not sure what exactly we're supposed to be doing here. I'm gonna follow this because it seems to be where we're supposed to be going. I don't know if I need to be... I'm just gonna run with it. Alright, let's see what this is. Yeah. The next time I play a new Pokemon game, I'm either going to be well informed of it, or I'm going to have seen probably an amount of footage of it to make me think that it looks good. We need to begin. Interesting different flora here. It's almost like Venus flytraps. I think we need to connect this up. That scared the crap out of me. That was one of my stilts. This thing, I think... I'm going to assume that new dry patches of dirt like this are just going to be very unwelcoming to new trees and plants and such, so I think it's best to like spread out a bunch of them and let them kind of overwhelm that negativity, man, you know? And I can now hear that battery on my side depleting while doing this. Okay, we need to hurry this up. I think this is going to be the last one we do before we move time again. Yep, that's starting to run out a bit. Okay, let her rip. Right, so far so good. Yeah, that tower is a great beacon to just show us like where we are, roughly in regards to everything else. I don't see any others that are here. That's funny, just even when you go to touch it, it does it. I just want to take a look around real quick. Yeah, I play some normal games. Yeah. You know, I don't care for things like Call of Duty or Overwatch. Things like this are just so much more my jam, man. Like, this is just so good. Are there any fruits we can collect? Yes, there is. How many fruits do we have? Okay, we can get some more. We're gonna refill our battery, though. Get some of that tree milk. Yummers. All right. Get some more fruits. Ooh, this is, oop, not the shovel. Here we go. All right. So we came from the construct over there. We need to head. Do we have a branching path? I think we might have a branching path. I know we need to go that way. We could go this... Ooh, no. Looks like there's another way over here with another construct. And some murals. So... we're going to go out a little bit. We have a new battery stop, so... we should be able to survive this. All right. We're going to refill our battery real quick again. All right, get that, and let it rip. Okay. Let's see how close to this we can get. Oh, we might not be able to go over there. It looks like there's a wall. Man. Come on. Alright, what do we got? Okay, I mean, that's pretty much where we are right now. We have 2 of the fruits. Oh, this is telling us how we can combine them if we want. Yeah, we already know that. Oh, no, we can. Okay, there is a pathway going through here. I saw that wall and I was like, oh, man, we can't do it. But, yeah, so we do have a pathway forward. That's nice. Let's see if we can get there. I think I'm going to actually ignore that digging spot I just made. It's a bit too close. We have to conserve our fruit seeds. Okay, so that... we need the red ones for this. And for the previous one... this one. I think this is supposed to be this one. I'm gonna just see what happens with this. Because the soil seems to be rather demanding over here. Oh no, did it die? No, I think it's still going. Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. Nice. We got a trophy, I don't know why. We got a trophy for helping Mother Earth. Yeah, like I see more windmills off there in the distance, so... I don't know how linear this is, but there seems to be diverging paths based upon where you want to go. Maybe there's an amount of secrets. I'm gonna plant these as I go just so I know which ones go where. How's my battery looking? The battery looks fine. It was good of us to stock up on a bunch of these. Before we left. Okay. I'm watching that battery. We gotta move. We gotta move. Okay, before we hit the time, I'm gonna go fill up again on more of the battery. Yeah, it's just really cool. Like, you have to put yourself in this world. That's kind of how a lot of this works. That's why I enjoy VR, is it takes you out of reality into the fantasy more directly, in a sensical kind of way. So, like you just gotta, like, look at that. It looks beautiful. It doesn't translate, of course, in 2D. That's just kind of the annoying caveat. I'm a big 3D kind of guy. I love the 3DS. I love 3D movies. VR is kind of like a weird version of both of those, where you're just kind of visually interacting in that 3D space. It's also why I appreciate the PlayStation VR, because you can watch 3D movies on it. That's something that they never advertised with the PlayStation VR, but you can watch 3D Blu-ray movies on your PlayStation VR. And some movie buffs that I know didn't even know that, and they're like media buffs and such, and that makes PlayStation VR very enticing to some of them, because they're like, you're telling me I don't have to buy like a 15-year-old 3D TV and those crappy glasses for it that you have to put batteries in constantly? It's like, yeah, you just need a PlayStation 4 and a VR set, and you can watch them in VR like this. And it's just like that. I think that's a secret little thing that I think was a misstep of Sony not advertising at the time, but you know. It's a cool quirk and perk for the system for people who know about it. Okay, what is this? First off, let me put this away. Why are some of these just not growing? Combine together to match the soil. This is weird because, like, the trees that I had planted... So... that's the thing, the soil... Oh, we have another graphic weird issue. Okay. Touching the time... there's weird audio glitches, there's some visual glitches with the time shifting, it seems. Just doing another time shift seems to fix that. Okay. Yeah, that's full on just a bug. But yeah, the trees that I planted, they're not surviving, which is really unfortunate and weird. So does it, because when I do this, it's only saying it wants the meadow. Like, I guess we can do both just to try to ensure that whatever grows here actually grows. Okay, that has activated. Yeah, all the ones that I planted earlier, they seem to have died. That's unfortunate. But the funny part is that you see, like, other ones growing right next to them that I did not plant myself. Okay, after this we need to go hunt around for more berries and seeds. Because we have essentially run out. And my voice is actually starting to give out after, we've been at this for like, what, an hour and a half, 2 hours almost? I would like to get to this other tower. I'm just very curious about, how the save system works in this game, because it doesn't seem to be anything super direct. Unironically, this is making me want to watch Nausicaa right now. Maybe I will tonight, not sure. I have a few other things I need to do. Can I pick this one up, please? 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 Do I have to pull myself down or something? Okay. I'm just gonna try for other ones. Oh, we got a ton of green ones over here. Oh, I see, I see. So there are just different... There straight up just are different, like, symbols looking at my bestial fingers. There are different symbols for each of these in the middle. So these are different types. I see, you could even see on the stem, like this is like a little, this is like Link's hat from Legend of Zelda, and then this is more like Snufkin's hat from Moomin. Okay, so there are some differences that are a bit subtle. Come on, let me have you. Come on. Come on. You can do it. We can just look inside the tree and see that it's actually just squares. Come on. I think that's another one we're just going to have to ignore. It seems like if they get too close to some of the rocks, they just kind of lose some of their connectability with the interaction reticules. Right, so how many of the greens do we need? We need a bit more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 6 more. That works. Okay, we need one more. And that's the thing, is like we're pretty far away. We do have a few of the regular trees over here. So I'm going to raise us up. Not that much. We're in a tree. That was kind of funny. I was like, wait a minute. We're going too high on the stilts. Okay, there we go. Very interesting shadow effect here. Okay, so... Ooh, we do have something over here. Come on, let me have it. Let me have it. Let me have it. Man. Right, let's just increase time. I'm gonna watch that tree and see if it drops anything. I think it dropped a few. It did. Yeah, when they're against the wall like that, they don't seem to really like interacting. You know, if you've ever had the desire to become a furry or bestial forager, there's a fruit that landed on top of that rock up there. We can't get that. Or can we? Then this might be the game for you! Because once you play this enough, at least in my experience, you do kind of just start vibing with it. Can we get it? No. Can we get it? Yeah! You see? It's the small things in life that make you happy. I can't believe we actually got that. I'm trying to, like, get out of the tree, and it's now not letting me. Please, let me escape. Oh, I'm kind of, like, almost stuck on the rocks or something, I think. I think I see what the problem is. I think I see. Yeah. There's, like, a weird invisible wall thing with the rocks. They really don't want you interacting with them. There we go. Alright. There's a few more. Once again, these are by the rocks, so I'm not sure if it wants us to like really get at them or not. We're gonna try. Okay, we're full on those. We could use some more of the link hat shaped ones, which is not that. I want to grab it just because. Yeah. Woo! Anyway, I think we're good for now. What are these ones? Yeah, we're good on those. Milky trees. Okay, what do we have here? That has been destroyed. I want to get up here, see what this is about. We have another pod. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, let her rip. Okay, so this is actually a bit of a dead end, but let's actually see what's... Let's just purify this whole area. Alright. Let her rip. Aw, the fruit just disappeared when I was gonna go pick it up. I saw it and I'm like, oh, I'll go get that. Nope. Okay, that time I'm gonna get it. Oh, it's so dark. Get some of these fruits back. Anybody else? Yeah, there's some that I didn't see. What are we at? We could do one more. Where are the delicious little fruities? I want you in my fruity little baggie, so we can purify the world. I don't know why I'm singing. I'm singing. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, so what is your deal? You want one of these. Oh, I threw that way too far. Whoop. That's too sad and pathetic. Yep. Once again. Almost there. There we go. I'm gonna move away, because I don't know what this is gonna do again. Oh, I can speed this up artificially. That is really funny to me that you can force this just to grow by it makes sense. It makes sense to use this just to do it. But it kind of ruins the moment, don't you think? Okay, good to know. Okay, so we have this guy here, this big old tree. So, can we climb this guy? I haven't actually climbed up one of these really big ones yet. I don't know how high the skybox is for, like, allowing your player to go up. It's working. We got a trophy for it so far. Okay. Ooh, this is nice. Yeah, this is a great vantage point. Just think, we were just over there when we started again, and we've already been through all this. We are kind of at a dead end point, though. So it looks like we're going to have to take that other path. There were those tapestry kind of things up there as well. I missed them. I'm going to take a look at them once I refill the battery. And also, I want to raise this back up again. There we are. Alright. Put this back. We're going to take a look at whatever those were up there on the... well, actually, that's the thing. There's also that. But that looks terrifying, whatever it is. There's these. What are these? It's showing you can put some of these back together? Is there anything on the back side of these? No. So are you telling me I can fix that? I don't want to do it, but once again, I'm going to trust in what the ancestors have said that we can do here. Oop, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Come on. Thank you. Oh, okay, we just can't hold anymore. Nope, you go back in there. Okay, we're going to take a look at what this is. I don't see us being able to fix this, so I am absolutely going back up. Oh, that is terrifying. So what do we do for this? We're going to go back and deal with that stuff on the other side, but how much of our battery did that waste? Half? Okay. Yeah, so if we ran out there, we would have died if we just kept going forward. And that's the other thing, is we've only died so far in the forced death in the tutorial. So I'm not sure if we die in this game, what happens? Do we start entirely over from the beginning of this game? Do we start over just at the starting area? Do we start over at one of these kind of recharge spots? Or like, how does it work? So far there haven't been any enemies in this game. I don't know if there are enemies in this game. Do we have to fight anything? Or is it just us against nature? Do we die of exposure? I see something over there on the left. I'm watching our battery, just making sure we're all good. It wants us to use a lot of the original berry so far. There's the next station. I'm going to see if I can just beeline it for that. Probably won't be able to with our battery, but... we're also running out of these, so more than likely... we have to go back. Come on, battery. Come on. That was close. All right. That was the closest we've been to death so far. Oh, what happened there? Did you see that? It died. Oh man, I forgot. Our battery isn't charged. Let's go over here first. Right. Something happened. That's the thing is, I grabbed one of these. It wants this alternative. Oh! The symbols down here. These, where my finger's pointing. My finger points. That's different. We don't have one that can do that. Okay, give me... let me go back over here where it's safe. Because the other ones seem to be... are they doing alright? Yeah, that one died. Is this the same? It is. Okay. Like, it's starting to grow fine here. Did the other ones all die? One of them way out here seems... a few of them are, like, trying their best. A few of these seem to have worked out. So... that's the thing, we don't have one with that bottom symbol on it. Okay, we're safe here for the moment. And it died. Okay, this is not good. This is very not good. Well, we might die. Well, we're going to probably figure out right now how death works here. It doesn't seem to affect us if we're standing in place, which I kind of assumed was how this works. Why does it look like some of these tornado things are getting, like, closer to us? Alright, we may as well bite the bullet now and just see what death is like here. Alright, bring it on! Bring it on! We are going to die. I see the light! Really, dying is a trophy. They reward you in death. Okay. I mean, it looks like everything is still the same as it was before. We're gonna need to get more berries, but it doesn't seem like death is that big of a penalty. It's just you kind of losing some traversal a little bit. In that case, it was fine because it just teleported us back to where we last got some stuff from. Right. Okay. I think that's going to be it for me today with this, but we are definitely going to continue this. I am interested in this. This is fascinating to me. And I'm enjoying... The gameplay rhythm is... like, not the most difficult is the way I will put it, in terms of, like... It's not, like, fighting or doing anything like that. Rar. This is such a good mood that I just really appreciate this. That's the thing. I could tell this is absolutely not going to be everybody's vibe. This is definitely my vibe. So I'm interested. I'm curious. It looks like there's stuff you could do over there eventually. Once again, I just don't know how much of this is explorable. And pretty clearly a lot of this is going to be walled off behind stuff. Okay, the green ones are full. But yeah, we are definitely continuing this. Oh, we need to recharge the battery anyway. So... I'm actually going to turn off the game on recording and turn it back on, so you're going to hear me rustle with the VR set and such. I just want to double check on like how this game saves and everything, because this menu is kind of all you get. And I don't know if this is one of those kind of games where if you turn... for some reason I feel like when I first looked up this game, for some reason I had the vibe that like this is a one-time scenario type thing where it's like you have to do the whole game in a single run, or like, you know, like pause it and keep it running in the background like it's a one-time thing for some reason. I hope it's not. I'm about to go check on that. In any case, yeah, I'm gonna just deal with that now. So let me take the move remotes off. I'm going to go to the PlayStation menu and deal with this. Put these off to the side. Take off my mic, so this will probably sound weird. So now I have my mic back on. I have to do a lot of that with the PlayStation controller, not the Move remotes. So Oh, the hourglass is when your game is recording progress. Okay, so it didn't even have to recalibrate the PlayStation camera or anything. So I think the hands are a little messed up. There we go. Continue? I just want to see how this goes. Okay, that is fantastic. Yep, so it is what I kind of thought. It is just a one save system, so... Or at least it just saves a save file from what I saw from the menu. It's either new game or continue game, so... Okay. It just loads you back in. Nice, 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 nice. We will definitely be continuing this next time then. So thank you for watching. We will continue next time with some more Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Wind and Leaves, Sky, Children of the Light, and... So far, this has been a fantastic reintroduction to PlayStation VR, in my opinion. I'm enjoying this game probably a lot more than, well, first off, most people probably have. But, like, I just like this. This is wonderful. I like the creative vision here. The gameplay is relatively simple, but you kind of still have to know what's going on. A lot of this is inferred on you being... This is a stranger in a strange land... Water out of fish, fish out of water, water out of fish. Ooh, that would be painful. Fish out of water kind of situation where you are, you know, you're put into this situation as this character. You just have to roll with it and see what's going on around you and accept this as the world. That is how this goes. And I love that for a lot of weird art games like this. It also helps that I am a big fan of Myst. I'm a big fan of other weird art type things like The Witness, where you kind of just are thrown into a weird surrealist but not entirely foreign world. And you have to figure out puzzles and understand what story is being given to you. And what story you want to make here, because you are obviously the one who is doing all of this, so... Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm enjoying this. We will continue with more of this next time. Thank you for watching. I now actually, from playing-wise, can recommend this game to people I know, finally, after recommending it based on what I have understood this to be. And, yeah, this is also just giving me some positivity towards doing other things like Robinson the Journey again, doing a replay through of that, playing through Deracine again, which we never finished last time. We only did a one part of it, but it was like 4 or 5 hours long. It was kind of crazy. And that was like one of the last original VR videos I did in like late 2020 or something. And yeah, just, this is great. So, once again, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a good night. Wait. I can finally make it night. Have a good night. Oh, that... Seven years of this channel and I can finally make it night.